Hello and welcome to God's Hand Link, Decode Occult Science. Today, with the rapid advancement of modern science, humanity has developed a remarkably logical framework to explain the world around us. We rely on empirical evidence, physics, and reason to define reality. Yet, through the pervasive lens of the smartphone and security camera, we are capturing countless events that utterly defy this logic. These digital eyes, which were created to document reality with objective clarity, have become unintentional windows into the unexplainable. While science insists on rational explanations, these devices frequently capture things existing in our immediate surroundings that, according to the very laws of science, simply should not be there. This has created a modern paradox. We have never been so technologically advanced, yet we are constantly confronted with footage of shadow figures, moving objects, and disembodied voices, proof of a reality that escapes all our formulas and equations. So, setting aside those logical proofs and scientific theorems for a moment, we're going to watch a collection of terrifying, unexplained clips captured by cell phones and static security cameras all over the world. Terrifying night in his house. This first creepy video was uploaded to the Portuguese YouTube channel, Wout, and has left viewers creeped out. In the video, a man is awoken in the middle of the night by eerie sounds of a woman cackling, but apparently, the man lives alone. Spooked by these sounds, he grabs a flashlight off his bedside table and flicks it on. What he saw left him terrified. Cackling can be heard coming from the darkness. As the man shines his flashlight at his bedroom wardrobe, a hand can be seen reaching out. But when he goes to check, no one's inside it. However, as he's checking inside, a door slams behind him. He spins around, but nothing's there. Then, the sounds of someone or something screaming is heard. The man, terrified by what's just happened, approaches his door with caution. As he peers out into the darkness of his home, the face of someone or something can be seen peeking out from around a corner at the opposite end of the hallway. Horrified, the man backs away before the video ends there. Viewers of this video were left creeped out by this clip, with many saying that this man is being haunted by something evil. But what do you think? Entity follows the children. In this eerie footage shared by a TikToker, a baby monitor placed inside a crib captures something deeply unsettling. Recorded on the night of October 23, 2023, the incident has only heightened their concerns. To make matters even more disturbing, their oldest child, just a year older, reacted in an unexpected way shortly after. It's important to mention that during this time, the children were being babysit by a relative who managed to record the entire event.
Shay. Cheyenne. Cheyenne. Cheyenne.
What makes this even more unsettling is that the parents had witnessed similar behavior before back in the house where this footage was recorded. That very house was the reason they eventually decided to move. In their previous home, their children would often fixate on empty spaces, staring at things that seemed to be invisible. Sometimes they would suddenly cry, clearly distressed by something unseen. The parents couldn't explain what was troubling them until they reviewed countless baby monitor recordings. One particular video stood out, capturing something they couldn't ignore. This disturbing incident, among others, prompted the family to leave the house they once called home. They believe the dark, shadowy figure captured on the baby monitor was the entity responsible for unsettling their children. Watching the footage, it's clear that this is no ordinary person. The way the shadow glides past the crib and seemingly ascends toward the ceiling suggests something far beyond the natural. The parents now fear that whatever it was may have followed them to their new home, leaving them unsure of what to do next. The haunted guitar. Seth, a talented artist who enjoys sharing his hobbies online, experienced something bizarre in one of his videos. He explained that he had recently purchased a guitar from a garage sale, sold to him by an old woman just a week before. However, every time he played the guitar, something unexplainable would happen.
I've never had an issue with ghosts or any weird, unexplainable stuff in my house, but I bought a guitar the other week at a garage sale from this old lady down the street, and every time I pick it up or strum it or play it, really weird shit happens, and I'll show you. It's some Lotus, like, very 80s looking guitar, and every time I strum, like that. Like that happens every time I mess with this thing. Like that.
As Seth played the guitar, the desk lamp began to flicker on its own. A pencil cup holder toppled over without any explanation, leaving Seth unsettled. Viewers speculated that the guitar might have belonged to a deceased person who didn't want anyone else playing it. Others suggested it could be cursed, which might explain why the old woman sold it. What do you think? Is this the spirit of a deceased owner sending Seth a warning to stop playing the guitar? Or is there something more to this story that Seth isn't telling us? Share your thoughts. The haunted restaurant. Dustin works late nights at a restaurant where genuinely chilling events occur. This is one of them. Pay close attention.
Hey guys, so I'm here at work, and I do not feel good at all today. I woke up earlier, and I was sick to my stomach, and I took some medicine for that. Then I fell back asleep, was running super late to get to work, and now I've been itching, like my arms and stuff, itching for no apparent reason at all. And I don't know, I am like literally in there scratching my arms like a crackhead.
As Dustin walked through the areas of this restaurant, a strange, woman-like face can be seen behind him. He recently shocked all his followers again by publishing the following video where he managed to capture a truly terrifying anomaly.
But look. What the fuck is that? Like, this is me. Like, the satellite went out because of the storms, so it wasn't working on the TV anyways. And like, but there's nothing there. And like, I turned,
Dustin managed to capture something truly strange in the TV's reflection. The presence of a strange woman, who was only visible in the TV's reflection, was standing there right behind him. He mentions that he doesn't like this at all, as he felt many chills when he turned around and saw again that in the reflection, this woman was slowly approaching him. That same night, on his way back home, he managed to capture something even more terrifying on the road.
I got a flat tire. Love that for me. What the fuck is that? What is that? What the fuck was that?
In the middle of the road, what appears to be a man can be seen coming directly toward Dustin. But the strange thing is that just as he gets closer, he seems unreal. But without a doubt, the most terrifying thing about this clip is that this thing or this person tried to get into Dustin's car and hurt him. Another night, while finishing up his work, he checked the security footage. That's when he saw something truly horrifying. Dustin noticed someone sitting in a chair on the security footage, but when he went to check in person, the chair was empty. No one was there. Confused, he looked back at the screen, only to find that the mysterious figure had completely vanished. But things only got stranger from there. Later, during his shift, an alarm suddenly went off. Dustin turned it off, brushing it off as just another glitch in the old building. But when the alarm sounded again not long after, that's when things took a truly terrifying turn.
I just got to work and it's a little soggy, it kind of seems like, so I might have to grab a plate. So I'm gonna grab a plate real quick and then okay, y'all saw me turn it off in the last, like in before when I brought the coffee back.
Did you see it? In the reflection of the mirror, someone, or something, appears. Moments later, that same figure is suddenly standing at the end of the hallway, staring straight at Dustin. Without thinking, Dustin bolts, running for his life. So, what did Dustin come face to face with? Let us know what you think. A man haunted by wife's spirit. A man is convinced that the ghost of his late wife is still lingering in their home, and he says he has CCTV footage to back up his chilling claim. In the clips, strange movements, flickering lights, and unexplainable shadows appear throughout the house, leading him to believe her spirit has returned. Watch closely and decide for yourself whether this is genuine paranormal activity or something far darker.
Guys, this is just a quick update because I got to get to work. But when I got up this morning to get my coffee, I walked into the kitchen and saw this. So I guess you guys are right that activity seems to be picking up because I have been, doing renovations. I replaced all this stuff, this dishwasher, this stove, the oven hood there. But this morning when I came into the kitchen, I noticed the cabinet was open, and then I noticed this chair. So I checked the Ring video, and it definitely...
If what he says is true, it seems his wife's restless spirit doesn't approve of the recent renovations he's made around their home. But that's only the beginning of his torment. Late at night, the television often switches on by itself, always to her favorite shows. No matter what channel he leaves it on before bed, he's found old photographs of them together knocked to the floor, almost as if someone refuses to let their memories remain on display. At times, he wakes to the faint scent of her perfume drifting through the bedroom, even though the bottle has been empty for years. What once felt comforting has now become terrifying. Objects move on their own. Lights flicker whenever he mentions moving on, and shadowy figures appear in his cameras watching. Now he's left questioning everything. Is this truly the haunting of a grieving husband visited by his wife's ghost? Or has something demonic taken her place? If it really is her, how does he honor her memory without losing his sanity? And if it isn't, then what in the world is haunting him? What do you believe? Haunted in new apartment. A man believed he had finally found his dream apartment, a quiet, affordable place with everything he wanted. But he soon realized he wasn't the only one calling it home. Within weeks, the atmosphere turned nightmarish. Unexplained noises echoed through the rooms at all hours. Footsteps, whispers, and thuds from empty corners. What began as small annoyances quickly spiraled into disturbing paranormal activity. Determined to prove he wasn't imagining things, he started recording every strange event on camera. But one night, while filming for his social media, the haunting escalated into something truly terrifying. The kind of moment that makes you question what's real. Following the sound of movement, he cautiously approached the area where the noise seemed to be coming from. As he entered the dark hallway, a drawer slid open on its own, the scraping echoing through the silence. The sudden motion sent panic surging through him, and he bolted from the apartment, too terrified to look back. But when he finally gathered the courage to glance toward his window from the street below, he froze. A dark silhouette stood motionless behind the glass, as if watching him, or claiming the apartment as its own. Hours later, with nowhere else to go, he reluctantly returned, knowing whatever was inside would still be waiting for him. These clips serve as a grim warning. When you move into a new place, you might not just be gaining a home, but inheriting its haunting past. The figure watching from the window suggests something far more intelligent than a wandering spirit, something malevolent, aware, and territorial. It wasn't just haunting the apartment, it was protecting it. For those who've ever felt eyes on them in an empty room, this raises one chilling question. How long could you share your home with something that doesn't want you there? Unseen student in class. On November 16, 2024, a school teacher stood outside his classroom door, trying to calm himself. Just moments earlier, he'd been inside decorating the room for his students when he saw something that made him rush into the hallway. Summoning his courage and his camera, he re-entered the classroom and recorded what he witnessed.
Do you see? Do you see? I mean, is that not a kid sitting right there? Yeah. And that's it. Just me.
In the reflection, you can see someone sitting at the back desk, staring at the chalkboard. But when you look directly at the desk, no one is there. The outline of the figure is blurry, yet it unmistakably resembles a child. Viewers were quick to suggest that this might be the spirit of a former student who decided to visit the classroom, albeit too late. Just a few months earlier, a tragic accident claimed the life of a student at the school, and ever since, children have reported sensing his presence in the building. If this is true, the teacher's recording becomes even more chilling. Unseen presence in his home. One evening, A guy named Pete was chilling at home, idly scrolling through his phone, when he noticed something odd from the corner of his eye. He could have sworn the wheelchair sitting across the room shifted slightly on its own. He fixed his gaze on it and even started filming. What unfolded in those next moments left him completely stunned. The wheelchair rocked back and forth. Even though a pile of stuffed animals was blocking it, it pushed past them and turned the other way. The movement seemed intentional, as if guided by an unseen presence. But the strangeness didn't end there. A few nights later, as Pete sat alone watching TV, he noticed something unsettling again. What do you think about the disturbing events in Pete's home? Room 237. A man is staying at a hotel for a work conference when something happens Thathis colleagues refuse to believe. He's been assigned to room 237 on his first night. Hugh wakes up at around 3 a.m. to find a pale woman sitting at the edge of his bed. The woman doesn't move. She just stares directly at him with hollow eyes. He freezes in terror, unable to move or speak, but then she fades into the darkness. The next morning, he tells his work colleagues about the encounter, but they don't believe him. They dismiss it as a nightmare or sleep paralysis. However, when he returns to room 237 the following evening, that same feeling of dread washes over him. Determined to prove he's not imagining things, he pulls out his phone and starts recording.
Guys, arrived in the hotel of Lucknow.
As the camera passes by the mirror, something appears in the reflection. A pale figure is clearly visible. However, just seconds before, there was no one where this figure is now seen. The footage he captured proved his colleagues wrong. He wasn't hallucinating, and the hotel has never officially acknowledged the hauntings in room 237. But staff members know the truth. That pale woman has been sitting on that bed for years, waiting for guests who don't know they're sharing the room. Haunted in his new house. A young guy had just bought a new house and was already starting to regret it. It began with strange nighttime noises, creaking floors, and the sense that someone unseen was there. But in early June 2025, things escalated. One night around 3 a.m., he woke up to a DVD falling off a shelf. Another day, he was admiring his hair in the bathroom mirror when he noticed something hiding behind the glass of the shower door.
Holy shit, did I just get that on camera?
But even that wasn't the worst, because whatever was haunting the place wasn't done yet, and soon it made its presence fully known. It's like something's toying with him, appearing and disappearing while never leaving the house. So, now he's left with two options: get used to it, or pack up and move. What would you do in his situation? These clips you've just seen continue to challenge conventional explanations, serving as a powerful reminder that our current understanding of reality may still be incomplete. If you or someone close to you is grappling with similar experiences and seeking assistance, God's Hand link offers solution that may guide you through it. Here's how to get started. First of all, access the website https://godhand.link. You need to have a user account. Click User button to log in or register. For login, enter your username or email address, password, and verify you are human. Then click Login button. For register, enter your username, email address, password, and verify you are human. Then click Register button. Here is an example of a registered user account. Click Add New Post to share your Destiny situation, including post title and post content. You can also add images here. Next, choose an appropriate category and add relevant tags. Then, press Create to complete sharing your situation. List Posts is where your posts are shown. You can edit or add information by clicking the Edit button for each post. When you share your Destiny situation on Hold God's Hand, it will be shown on the 3 Hold God's Hand page, organized by category. For example, if you click on Situation, Thing Possessed by Sub-Entity Healing and Saving, you will see Situation Hospital, a guard at a hospital speaking to an invisible patient. Clicking on this situation will take you to Share to Action page, where God's Hand link will connect you to God's exorcism. By clicking the God's Exorcism button, when it is available, at the top of the post, you will be directed to Call to Action page. This usually becomes available approximately 3 days after you share your Destiny situation. God's Hand link will decode occult science by belief of spirit's righteousness, temper's purpose, soul's will, body's worship. At God's Hand link, you can pray God's will, hear God's word, and hold God's hand. To get God's salvation by God's awaking and God's healing and saving. To get God's guidance by God's purifying and God's upgrading. Let's share this message with those who need it. Your small acts of kindness are like seeds that can grow into a forest of compassion and love. Thanks for listening. God's Hand link. Thanks for helping. To decode occult science,